Hello everybody. Today is the anniversary of the date in 1960 when Joy Davidman died. Joy Davidman, a distinguished American poet, won a number of awards, came to England and settled here, but died at the young age of 45 of cancer. She's perhaps best known, though, as the person who C.S. Lewis fell in love with, and it's about their relationship that the film Shadowlands, describes. It's a relationship in which it's very much on C.S. Lewis's side anyway, to do with the mind and the sharing of ideas and thoughts and outlooks. Joy Davidman was in love with C.S. Lewis for much longer. It took him a while to realise that what he thought of as a deep friendship was in fact love. And when she died, he was absolutely distraught. And out of the experience of dealing with his grief comes the book A Grief Observed. What I wanted to draw to your attention from this book is his way he relates to God, because both he and Joy were Christians, though she started off as an atheist of Jewish background, but they were both Christians at the end of their lives, and he describes how he tries to come to God with his feelings of grief. He says God seems to welcome us with open arms when we come with gratitude or with praise, but when we come in this mood, all I seem to get is a door slammed in my face and bolted and double bolted on the other side. This complete absence of God. And then he says, and then there is silence. Absolutely no help he seems to feel from God. And the book is the way he works through this. And there are no conclusions. There are no answers. He seems to imply that trying to find answers to the questions of grief and God and God's presence and God's absence, it's like asking how many hours there are in a mile, or whether yellow is round or square. It's just not a question that adds up. It's about acceptance. And at the end, towards the end of this little book, he says, effectively, I've just got to get on with life. He says, I know what the two great commandments are, which of course are to love God and to love our neighbour, and I just need to get back to getting on with living like that. There are no solutions to grief. It's one of those things that hits us hard when it comes, and we just have to deal with it the best we can. But I think what struck me as important to note from C.S. Lewis's reaction is that it's okay to sense some anger, some frustration with God, and to know that you and I, if we're in that position, are certainly not the only ones who are much more conscious of God's absence than his presence, of his silence rather than his communication.